Hello, everybody. You're in Somatic Mat, and I'm here in a Zoom room. So for all my people in here, if you need to unmute and say anything, feel free to do that at any time. And also for the people in TV land, if you have any questions, feel free to ask it in the comment section. And let's start. So I'm going to do the lymph flush today because I feel like the lymph flush is such an important part of health, but I'm going to start with breathing. So, and this is more exercisey than the role play class. Always feel free to turn off your camera if that feels more comfortable for you. But at the same time, everyone's probably in their own world, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. And I kind of watch you, but I'm not, I'm also doing all the stuff. Deep breath in, reach out and up, and exhale, just feeling into your body today. So seeing what it feels like to be you in your body today. How is that feeling for you? Inhale, open. So feeling into yourself right now without any need. I mean, we are moving, so we're going to be in a state of change no matter what anyway. Breathing in, lift and open. And exhale. As your arms are coming down, think of relaxing your shoulders, relaxing, melting. Inhale, stretch out and up, reach, and exhale. Soften arms and shoulders. And again, inhale, reach and open, and exhale. And we're just going to shake up this time. So shaking up and then shaking down. You can think of kind of enlivening your kinesphere. So something I talk about sometimes is the idea that the space around you is alive. You can also shake around your body. Just shaking, shaking, shaking. Letting it all sort of wake up, bringing awareness through movement into your body. Hey, Saul. Hey, Maria. Hey, Marie-Christine, everybody who's just arrived. And let's do one more thing here, twisting. So spiraling, twisting. This twist is part of my morning practice. I usually do it for a few minutes. And you can imagine that that idea of the river of your spine is just freeing up. Anything in there that might be stuck is getting a chance to move. If you find that this is painful, slow it down, make it easier, make it smaller. Slow and gentle. And then come back in, and we're going to do the lymph flush. So for the lymph flush, we're going to start with your right hand right in this upper triangle between your collarbone and your sternocleidomastoid, the big muscle coming down here. You're going to, I usually like kind of get my fingers on there and move the whole thing around. Bonnie Shelton, nice to see you. So circling, easy movement in there. We're trying to get that area of lymph node. And so what we're doing is we're creating, so this thing is moving in a pressure system. We are sort of moving around this part because the lymph is going to come back in this way. So we want to clear up the first area so that it has freedom to come back to this place. Same thing on the other side. And there are 6 places that we're going to go to. And I learned this from this Dr. Perry Nickelston. He's a chiropractic doctor and also does all this amazing stuff. He has this whole thing called the lymphatic aquarium, the body aquarium, lymphatic mojo. So what you're doing is clearing up these areas, or ideally, if there are any blockages in there, you're releasing them. So moving from that upper second quadrant into the angle behind your jaw. Most of you know or have felt these lymph nodes before when you get a little bit sick and they're all globbed up. So just kind of digging in there, moving the skin, moving the fascia, inviting that lymph node to free up if it's blocked at all. And I think even if we think that invitation in our minds, that we're inviting our body to release restrictions and unblock itself, it's very helpful. I like to relax my face, relax my tongue, and get into this droopy face. It's really easy that way. Good. And just shake that out for a second. And we're going to go to the next place, which is Armpit Pack. So just grabbing in there, you can kind of get into that part of your armpit. And I like to sort of grab my pec and just move it around. So yeah, this work can be done every day. So this is clearing up the lymphatic, or ideally we're clearing up any blockages in the lymphatic. And lymph is a big detoxifier of the body. And movement, deep diaphragmatic breathing, both stimulate lymph. Switch it to the other side, same thing. And as you're in there with that movement, just tune into yourself again. Seeing, oh, is there anything I can sort of let go of or relax? I'm a little amped up this morning because of my coffee. Plus I was up early and out the back in the cold. So I'm a little bit more excited than I sometimes am. And then coming into this space. So here's my xiphoid process, and this is my belly button right in the middle. You're gonna do the same thing in the middle. I'm gonna stand up now. Getting in the middle, and I kind of like just sort of dig in and pull from side to side. Your movement may be different, it's fine. Do what feels good and okay to you. Right, so here's under the diaphragm, and sort of deep inside is that lymph node. It's not like right on the surface, it's kind of underneath some organs and stuff. So we want to affect that movement using our mind and rubbing. Now, the other thing we could say about that is, like, if you imagine a pebble dropping into a water, the radiation from that movement of dropping a pebble will go very far out. So even if you just tap lightly in there, it's gonna affect back into the back of that lymph node, or back into that lymph node. Then inguinal fold, just above that. And it's very rare, I think, for most humans in the Western world to touch themselves on their belly or their pelvis in a sort of healing way. So feel free to get in there. It may feel weird, but let yourself move around that lymph node and maybe a little bit with the organs in there. And certainly you're moving the superficial fascia, which is on the outside, which is supporting you. Skin, superficial fascia, omentum, and then organs. And by the time we're down here, I'm not even sure if the omentum is still there. All right, next place, behind the knees. And don't worry about knowing any of this anatomical jargon stuff. It doesn't matter if you know it, but I like to know it. As somebody who's like a big person in the embodiment world was asking me, do you think it's really important to know all that stuff, to know the anatomy and to know? I'm like, how could you not? If your field is embodiment, if your field is movement, if you're working with that, why wouldn't you want to know as much as possible? All right, we're going to shake the whole thing out. Shake, relax. In your shaking it out, just check out your space that you're in. So again, you're going to give your body, your deep primitive brain, the message that you're safe because you've looked around, there are no monsters, and ideally your phone is turned off or at least on vibrate. Okay, great. Coming back in, I want to add 2 more things here. We're going to just clear up. So here's the bottom of my rib cage. I'm just going to gently take my fingers and I'm kind of combing with my fingers the edge of my rib cage, moving my liver on my right side. On my right side, yeah. And then I think we have pancreas and spleen and stomach on the left. As I'm doing this, I'm thinking of breathing deeply into my diaphragm. So I'm kind of getting in there and just pulling to create some space so that nothing's jammed up in there. We're going to get moving and exercising more, but let's just create a little bit of space. You can do one side and then the other. Yeah, and if you have clothes on, it'll still work. Really a lot easier if you can get direct contact with your skin to dig in there. Shake that out. Last space, I'm not going to get onto my naked skin, but here's the triangle of my sacrum. I'm just going to go to the sides of that between my sacrum and my greater trochanter and dig in. Just inviting those areas to release. And now I see my cat is doing some really naughty stuff, trying to eat a plant that is poisonous, which of course we shouldn't have, but we've got these begonias that do really well. So, and it's one of his attention-seeking moves is to eat the plants. All right, shake it all out. Let's come down onto the ground. As you can see, I have my assistant in the mat sharing program. he's gonna focus on cleaning today. He's gonna be cleaning, demonstrating how important it is to have a clean surface to work on. So we're gonna take the arms out to the sides. It's like you're holding something. You're gonna internally rotate, back of the hands towards each other, and then open up, blossoming open. So try not to take your hands back behind you. You can see how I've gotten a little ginchy in my shoulders. Stay wide through the back and hands will be slightly in front of you. That's it. Exhale, back of the hands towards each other. Inhale, open your lungs. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's change it. You're going to spiral, serve the sandwiches, look around behind you, and take it halfway down. I'm still using the arms to spiral. You can let that part go if it's too much to think about. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale. Present the great platter to all your friends. Exhale, inhale. Open up, spiraling, and exhale. Inhale. Open. Exhale. Inhale. Open. And exhale. One more time each side. Inhale. Open. Exhale. Inhale. Open. Exhale. Taking your hands behind you on the floor. If you're having any kind of wrist issues, you can do this laying down. Hands behind you. Inhale. Press up. Exhale, folding in the hips. So this, you could press up and just let your butt come down here, or you can press up and pull back a little bit, flexing your feet. So slightly more active, using your breath. And inhaling cat hair. Big breathing. Breathing down into your belly. Last one, you're going to press up and just stay there, pulsing up. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Head can either be in line, you can drop it back, or you can look forward. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take it down. Walk your butt from side to side. Easy fold forward. Breathe into it. Doesn't have to be your biggest hamstring stretch right now, but something that feels okay. Letting yourself shift around, inner body mobilizing. And then come up. Let's just do a quick spiral from seated first. So we're going to cross one leg over the other and twist. Take a couple of deep breaths there. And as you're breathing, think of breathing deep into your body. And then release it and switch it to the other side. Same thing, spiraling. Getting tall. And then let that go. And let's take it all the way down to the floor. So laying down on your back. Now I've got my whole mat back. Let's lay all the way down and take a heel rock. So you're going to dig your heels into your mat. If you have socks on and they're slipping on the floor, you won't get much action in your heel rock. But if you're either on a mat with socks or bare feet, you can usually get some movement. So you're trying to send a wave of movement up and down your body in as passive a way as possible. So it might be, and certainly people who've done a lot of like Pilates and core stability work are not going to have that much movement in their torso. So you might have to fake it a little bit. Setting this ripple and wave up and down. Let your head, neck, jaw relax. Bobble around. Bobble head. bobblehead moment on the floor. And then you can release that and turn your legs in and out. So often when, like, if I was doing this with somebody and I had them doing the heel rock, I could see parts that weren't moving so much. And so that's where there's a holding pattern. And it's not that we're supposed to be like all falling apart, but sometimes we've learned how to contain ourselves so much that it's gone beyond being beneficial for us. So sometimes, especially like we have kind of rigid body patterning in our culture, and we sort of idealize that. So just think about what the what your cultural imprint of movement is on your body, and maybe starting to soften the edges of what that is, so that we have more capacity for movement. Dropping your knees side to side. Like, for example, if you've been trained in ballet, I remember, one of my teachers always telling me, no belly breathing. You got to breathe up into your lungs. And like, for humans, that's a much more shallow, activated, like nervous way of breathing. So we want to like start to soften some of those ideas. We can't erase them. And let the breath go deep down into our bodies, like so that we're massaging the organs, diaphragm's able to move down. And we're going to cross a little bit deeper over from one side to the other, allowing us to massage out your back. So we should sort of be rolling across that part of our piriformis and glute that we were massaging when my cat started eating the plant. Breathing into it. And then coming in. Yeah, another thing I wanted to say about that is if all of our energy in our center is coming in and up, we're more likely to have acid reflux, digestive issues, stuff like that. So we need those organs to be able to descend. And part of that is the rhythm of the breath, the diaphragm going down as we breathe, as the lungs fill up and our organs going down, so that everything isn't all jammed up inside of us, but we have this balance between the up and the down. All right, let's take it back. And let's do some more specific Pilates-ish exercise. So if you have a block, you're going to take your block and stick it on your pubic bone between your legs. If you have no block, it doesn't matter. You can do this with nothing. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Touching your toes to the floor, arms up over your head, coming up, reaching out through your toes, pulsing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lengthen down, deep breath all the way down to your pubic bone. Exhale up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, exhale up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, open, exhale up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale down. If you have the bandwidth to think about one more thing, come up and flex your feet and then point your toes, and then inhale, open, exhale up, flex through your feet, point your toes. Inhale down. Exhale up. Flex.
Laura,
Right. Yeah.
can you explain why we do the hand movement in that exercise? I never understood that.
I cannot explain why we do the hand movement, but I feel like it's more alive to be here than just to hold it, right? If I'm here, there's some energy and aliveness. If I'm just holding it, if anybody else knows the reason to that, feel free to unmute and explain why we're moving the hands. Bonnie, do you know? Yeah.
Yeah, you're really activating the vagus nerve a lot more when you're pumping, getting that going, which activates the whole myofascial system.
Awesome. And so by activating the vagus nerve, which is kind of an interesting thing, normally the vagus nerve is responsible for rest and digest, soothe and settle, right? So that's the calming part. This other movement is much more active, which would be more that, so we're dealing with the parasympathetic and the sympathetic. And the vagus nerve is more responsible for the sympathetic. So sympathetic is fight, flight, freeze. Parasympathetic is calm, rest and digest, soothe and settle. All of our recuperation happens in parasympathetic. Like we recuperate, we heal when we're in a released way in our mind. Yeah. Thank you for that. Awesome. Let's continue and do it a few more times and see if we can feel that. So, we're working with both sides of the same system and our whole system. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, exhale up, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I would also say, like, if I'm just holding here, there's sort of a stuckness. If I'm giving this pump, it is much more alive. So that is that myofascial. And myofascial is the fascia that's moving through your muscles. Inhale, exhale up, 2 and around, 4, 5. Last one, exhale up, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Really soften your abdominals. Take your hands and, well, so this is going to be up higher around your ribs. Just move. I'm going to do this so you can see me, but you're laying down. Move your organs a little bit in there. You can come down to your abdominals. Sometimes when we're having lower back pain, it's because the inside of our guts is grabbing and pulling. So we want to, and we can also think that our spine is this big, especially our lower, like in the lumbar and the well, even in the thoracic region, but it's big. It's not like this tiny little thing. Those the bones are large, the vertebrae are big. And then the center column of that has got your nervous system coming up and down. So think of softening all of that. So what is that disease? My dad had it. When you start to, begins with an M, when the spinal cord starts to narrow. We want to avoid that through movement. Like when we're moving, we're breaking up the possibility of calcification inside. Yeah, God, I'll remember it. If anyone wants to blurt it out, you know what I'm talking about, where there's narrowing in the, you know it, Amy. But you're still muted. All right, let's go on. We'll remember it. I'll remember it. Let's do a big spiral. So again, it's the same thing. Creating space in your spinal cord, dropping your knees from side to side. Yeah, I know somebody who had it. It was really painful, but moving made her feel better. My dad had it as well. But he was so lazy. Like he just was not moving towards the end of his life. I tried to get him to do it. He wouldn't. So what can you do? If you want to make this harder, you can straighten your legs. Turning your head away from your feet, if that feels good. And then bring it in. Pick up your butt just an inch or two off the floor and shake it, shake it, shake it. So jiggle your whole guts, jiggle your belly. Have like a belly dancer or salsa or what is it, samba dancer moment. Like it's Brazil, it's carnival, shake your ass. Relax it all, let it go. And then release it down.
It's stenosis.
Yes, spinal stenosis. Yep, thank you. Doesn't begin with an M, begins with an S. That's why I couldn't get it.
I just couldn't unmute myself. Goodbye.
Thanks. One leg in, one leg out, cross body movement. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Relax it down. So that's contralateral movement. We're going to open up into the shape of an X on the floor, and we're going to do another version of contralateral movement. So cross body movement, elbow to knee, reaching up and sliding out. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Use your breath, reach it out. So you can think of one diagonal of your body coming in while the other diagonal is lengthening out in this X shape. Using your breath. Let's change it. Let's take a big heel rock before we change it. Digging your heels into the floor. Now you're in this big X shape. See if you can release your inner thighs, relax your butt, relax your spine, relax your abs, relax your back, relax your neck, relax your throat, relax your tongue. If your teeth are closed, let your mouth open slightly. Okay, now we're going to cross with a straight arm and straight leg, reaching it out and up and coming down. Exhale up, Inhale, open. Exhale up. Inhale, reach it out. Up, down. If this hurts, then go back to the bent version. Without like overly constipating your whole body, see if you can very gently stabilize your shoulders and hips so that you're not twisting in your center a whole lot as you do this. Last one. And then relax it. And we're going to open your feet wide. So your feet are wider than your sticky mat. You're going to internally rotate one leg at a time. So inner spiral in that hip socket through the quad, one side and then the other. If this hurts in your knees at all, don't do it. It really shouldn't, but you never know. And you're just going to go back and forth, letting it massage through the one hip that you're rolling over and lengthen the quad of the other hip that's turning in. So especially if you do any kind of external rotation stuff, ice skating, dancing, being a human, it's likely that you're probably going to do a lot of external rotation and engage your butt and overstress things. This internal rotation is a really nice release for that. Take one heel, cross it over the other. Just breathe into that if that feels okay. Melt and soften. Unscramble, switch it to the other side, or just keep moving. So always feel free in my class to do whatever you need to do. If it's not this exercise, if it's something else, you're welcome to go ahead and do that. Bring it in, and then let's pick up the butt again, shake it out, lower it back down. Take your hands down by your sides. If it's possible to touch your heels, go ahead and touch your heels. From here, so you want your heels fairly close to your butt. From here, you're going to press up. From there, if you can, interlace your hands behind your butt, walk your shoulders closer together, pushing the floor away, lifting up as high as you can. From there, we're going to go up to tippy toes, inhale up, and then exhale, lowering the heels. Inhale, tippy toes, releve, exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale, use your breath. Inhale. You may need to walk your heels more underneath you if your feet are too far away. Inhale up, exhale down. Try to keep your pelvis high as your heels are going up and down, up and down, up and down. Two more, up and down. Last one, up and down. One more thing here. You're going to open your knees wide, rolling to the outer edge of your foot, and then knees touch together. Inhale, open, exhale. So the IT band, the big band of connective tissue down the outside of your thigh, is getting some nice movement as we open and close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. And you're just rolling to the outer edge of your foot and then the inner edge of your foot. Two more, open, close. Last one, open and soften. Open the arms, soften the shoulders, melt yourself down into the floor all the way down. Once you get to the bottom, just free up the spine from your head to your tail, free flow movement. So this is your role play moment, just allowing yourself to wiggle around. Before we come into a child's pose, a baby pose, which we're about to do, just let yourself massage out your hips, soften your back. Find the sort of swimming freedom of your spine like a tadpole. So like free inner body, very fluid. And then go ahead and take it into a happy baby pose. So I like to think of happy baby as being a happy baby. And you have some freedom in that, some play. If it's hard to grab your feet, go ahead and just grab your knees. Let the position be something that feels good, that it's playful and joyous, feeling good in the baby. Yeah, babies they don't get into a position and just sit there. They're engaged with the position. They're in motion, and they don't even know it's a position called happy baby. So let yourself play with that idea of, oh, you're a baby, you've discovered feet, here they are. And you probably don't even know their feet. You're just moving around. You've grabbed onto something. Actually, that's probably by the time they're here, they probably do sort of know their feet. Who knows? Then releasing that, take your hands on your knees, big circles, lubricating up your hip socket, releasing your lower back, letting your arms do the work. So I feel like when I was in the Lavon Institute, they would talk about stirring, like you're stirring the pot, you're stirring your femur head, and you're steering with your arms. So your arms are steering and stirring, change direction. Legs are as relaxed as possible. Letting go and melting. And then let's roll back and forth, rounding your spine, rolling through your back, regular rock and roll. Take it into a plow if that feels good. If it doesn't feel good, don't. And if rolling forward and backward hurts, roll side to side instead. So feel free to make the roll work for you. And then for good measure, let's just do side to side before we end it. Opening and closing, rolling from one side to the other. Relax your neck, shoulders, and jaw. Let this massage out your hips and back. And then go ahead and let that push yourself up onto the floor. And we'll do one more spiral to release. So this spiral, we're just going to start with just rolling across your butt. And I'm really leaning back so that I can massage out my glute. Yeah, between the floor and my femur, my leg, getting a good massage. And I'm going to take it a little deeper, spiraling down to the floor. Push the floor away and take it over to the other side. Opening and closing. Good. And let that go. Have a moment of independent thought. Maybe you want a sip of water. Yeah. Think something interesting, whatever that means. My ballet teacher, Sarah Nice, used to always say that. Have a moment of independent thought. Like, I feel like if we taught kids to have a moment of independent thought more often, we may have a healthier world. Okay, so let's open up into a straddle. If the straddle is challenging for you or uncomfortable, you can do two things. One, you could elevate your pelvis. Two, you could bend your knees. Three, you could just come into Baddha Konasana with your butterfly position. So any of those versions, whatever feels good to you. And then I also know I have some really hypermobile people in here. So work with what feels good. Doesn't have to be your biggest stretch. We're just going to circle around. So again, let the circle be about letting your organs move. So they're squishing around against each other. In a healthy body, there's some motion in there, right? There's a capacity for motion. Change direction so that organs aren't getting like little micro adhesions where they're sticking onto each other. So we want to have movement for that. Yeah, I have done a cadaver dissection and I have seen a liver with a micro adhesion stuck onto the diaphragm. So if our organs, a lot of times they should have these kind of like wet balloon slidey surfaces. And that's healthy and good. We don't want them to start to get married to each other. All right, flex, arch and open, and then point and curl. Inhale, reach out, looking up, exhale. So it's basically a cat-cow from the seated position. Flex and open. Think of it, and then exhale, hollow and curl. Think of the inner body like a starfish radiating out as you go up and back, and then coming in towards starfish belly as you round. Arching, radiating away from center, opening, exhale, hollowing, curling back toward the belly. Inhale, open, and exhale, curl. And last one, inhale, open, and exhale, hollow and curl. And then bring your legs together, very easy. You can use your arms to bring them in, bounce them up and down, rotate in and out. So we want the muscles, like we've been in this very open position, to have a chance to readjust back into something more easy. Yeah, with less activity. We're not being stretched and we're not engaged. We're in this free place in the middle where there's no extra tension. Coming into a side plank. So I know I have a lot of different levels in here. So really, if you need to make this easier, skip anything, feel free. Really listen to your own body. Or do something totally different. Like really take it so that you're not going to feel worse afterwards, that you'll feel better. If it's okay, coming up into a side forearm plank, you can do the stacking balance. I like to put one foot in front of the other so that I'm very stable here, pulsing up from that, going 1, 2, 3. You can always do this with your knee down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Taking it all the way down onto your side. You can have your head in your hand or on your arm. We're gonna have the legs straight down below you, flex the top foot. Actually, let's just do this. Internally rotate, externally rotate. So top foot turns in and turns out. Rotate in, rotate out, rotate in, rotate out, rotate in, rotate out. Keeping it turned out, we're gonna kick up behind the shoulder and then bring it down. You can either flex up, point down, or leave it flexed, or leave it pointed, or any variety pack of that. 5 more, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Let's bend both knees, just hit it out for a second. So we're gonna do this kind of a Pilates thing, but slightly different than Pilates. You're going to take your bottom leg forward. I'm going to let my head come down onto my arm now. And my other arm is going to reach forward and my leg is going to reach back. Then I'm going to come through center and switch that. So I'm working this contralateral cross-body pattern and letting my body move, letting my torso move, letting my organs move. It's a very organy day today, I guess. I was teaching last night. Laura was in my class last night, and I was talking about the organs of the body, which made me think of like an organ in a cathedral. So imagine that as you're moving your organs of your body, you're playing an organ in a cathedral, or the sounds of an organ in a cathedral are issuing forth. As if every organ has its own like pipe sound along your cathedral organ or your temple organ. And then come in and just grab on and stretch your quad. So there's not a lot that I do or that most people do to get this leg into that back space, stretching the front line of the body. So I feel like this work is kind of important. I was saying the other day that I noticed in ballet class, like doing a Batman arabesque, like there's nothing else that stretches the front of my body in that same way. I guess if I was doing bridges in yoga, it would be similar, but it's not, it's different because you're just like, each time you change where your relationship to gravity, it changes what the exercise is like and how the tissue is affected. And let that release. Let's roll over onto our backs. Cross your ankle over your knee. Draw it in towards you. Breathe. You can straighten the bottom leg if that feels good. Work with what feels right in your body today. So sometimes people say like, it's not a competition with your neighbors. It's only a competition with yourself. Don't even make it a competition with yourself. Make it like a very nurturing, supportive relationship, unless the competition idea really gets you off. But make it something like, oh, it can be whatever it is in any day in your body. It doesn't have to be this or that. Equanimity, that's the word I'm looking for. Finding some equanimity in your body. Shake, 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 let it go. Add the arms. Maybe add some sound. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Let it go. And especially if you don't want to make sound, make sound. Like release that holding pattern of I must be quiet. Make some noise. Unless you have somebody sleeping in a room next door. Yeah, embrace the weirdness of it. And then let's shift over to the other side. And I actually do have somebody sleeping in the room next door, but I didn't stop myself from making a lot of noise. All right. Pressing up. Side plank on the other side. Make this as easy or hard as you need to. Pulsing up for 20. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take it all the way down. Head in your hand. Top leg, rotate in and out. Trying to keep your pelvis from moving in and out. So it's really moving the femur head or the whole leg in the joint. There may even be some clicking in there, which if you feel it, you'll feel it. Like I didn't feel the clicking until I touched it. And then sometimes like, oh, there's a little click there. All right, up and down, flex up, point down for 10. Going 1, 2, knee to your shoulder, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take your bottom hand, lengthen it out, take your bottom foot forward, arm forward, working this diagonal pattern through your body. Take your time, doesn't have to go fast. Feeling into what your body is doing, what feels connected, what feels good. Last one. Fold it in, tap it out, let it go. And then roll it over onto your back, cross your ankle over your knee. Hopefully I didn't skip anything. If I did, feel free to unmute and let me know. Oh, I did. It's the quad stretch. I knew it. Grab on, take it back. As soon as I said, hopefully I didn't skip anything, I was like, oh, I did. Opening up that front line of your body. Probably one of you was out there doing it and knew. And then come over to the other, onto your back and cross it, draw it in, breathe into it. Pay attention to your inner dialogue here. So like if you're saying, oh my God, I'm so tight or something's wrong or da da da, it's probably most likely going to be true. So the inner dialogue can shift to something like I'm letting go, I'm softening, I'm releasing. Or I'm bringing my awareness into that area. And then release that and shake, shake, shake. Ah, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, make noise or not. And then flip over. And let's come into a forearm plank. So again, really working with what feels right in your body, feeling free to take this in a way that feels good to you. If it's different than what I'm doing, that's fine. I'm onto a forearm plank. I'm going to push forward and reach back. So head is reaching forward, heels reaching back, like I'm hovering along the horizon. Shoulders are connected, arms connected, breathing. And then bring it in, stabilize, one knee to the floor at a time, parallel, dropping down, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, twisting underneath 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it down. Relax into the floor. If you need to child's pose on your way, feel free to do that. Just breathe. Breathe as deeply as you can. Letting your body take in as much oxygen as you need. And then you're going to fold your knees and just drop them from side to side. So this is a relaxing, massaging out the quads, softening the spine, wagging the tail. And then tops of the, straighten out your legs, curl your toes under, and push up and down. For all the dancers out there, I like to call this the Nijinsky. Let your body ripple and wave. And then tops of the feet to the floor. Let's come back to this position with the elbows directly below the shoulders. So this is my version of an Irene Dowd exercise. She is an anatomist, kinesiologist, who I studied with in my 20s. You're going to drop your head, roll down so you look towards your pubic bone, and then drop your pubic bone, roll it up through your spine. You're going to sort of pull with your arms and lift your legs. I've changed it slightly. So it's an Irene Dowd into a Laura Ward exercise. Roll it back up, pull with your arms, lift your legs. Legs drop, head rolls down, look towards your pubic bone. Your knees are going to bend a little bit there, but not because you're actively bending them or lifting up your butt. They're just bending as a result of this curl in the upper back. Roll it down through your spine, open the chest and lungs, look up, lift your legs, drop your legs, head drops, roll it down, look towards your belly button. Belly button drops, roll it back up and lift. 2 more, rounding, taking it down, and then rolling it back up. And last one. And take it back down to the floor. Wag your tail, soften your back, soften your spine, soften the rib cage and lungs. Big breathing. So this is a pumping breath. It's a big sniff through your nose, big exhale through your mouth. This is actually something I learned in gyrokinesis teacher training. So it's a Julio Horvath exercise, that type of pumping breath. But I mean, he adapted it from yogic breathing. Everything is connected to 10 other things and everything people learn through a million other systems. So, and nobody owns movement. Off we go. Regular Pilates swimming with a pumping breath. Inhale, lift the whole thing up. If you ate breakfast, that's going to feel horrible. I apologize. Float it like you're flying. And then take your hands next to your chest, arch all the way up, take it back, drop it into a child's pose, melt and let go. Try to breathe like you're a bubble. So as you're inhaling, the whole bubble is expanding. As you're exhaling, the whole bubble is getting smaller. So growing and shrinking with the breath. Big 3-dimensional movement. And then let's take it back up onto hands and knees. And we're going to open the hands slightly wider than your sticky mat, circling your chest down towards the floor and up to the ceiling. So this is a side, side, and up, down movement. Rib cage, heart, and lungs. Also working with the scapula, even the collarbones. Change direction. And then relax and come in. Let me check the time. I feel like I've been doing this forever now. Oh yeah, it's already 9:50. We have been doing it forever. And I'm going to go a tiny bit over. So if you need to leave, do it now because I'm going to do a hip thing and then we'll do a hip stretch. So if you're in a rush today, don't feel bad. You can take off. It's fine. See you later, Bonnie. But for everybody else who still has time, who can stick it out, we're going to do a little hip thing and then a hip stretch and we'll be done. Right leg out to the side or left leg, either one. Move your upper body slightly over to the other side, up and down with the leg. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shift it over to the other side. Upper body moves, leg out to the side, up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take your knees back, big circles with your hips down towards the floor, and then stick your butt back behind you. If you have any kind of knee issues and this hurts, either put more padding under your legs or don't do it. Change direction. And then come to sit on your butt. Final hip stretching. And we're going to do, I think we're going to do knee over knee. So it's going to be like this. One knee is folded over the other. If you have access to folding the other one under, go for it. Easy circles inside your body. They don't have to be big. You can think about this exercise like you're calling yourself back to yourself and just pay attention to where your focus and your energy are. I find that people get really internal here. Change direction. Yeah, calling all your energies back to yourself. So you're not spread all over the place like an octopus, but you've come back in. And then take it down, melt into it, surrender and let go. And roll it up, open your arms out. You're going to stretch towards your top leg, side stretch. And then towards the bottom leg. Coming back up, spiraling in one direction. Feeling this spiral compared to when we did it in the beginning of class, then spiraling the other way. Coming back in and unscramble your legs and just bang them out. Let it go. Let the tissue just readjust, coming back into normal, whatever that means, and then switch it to the other side. Starting with circles. And change direction. And then take it down. Again, feeling where your energy is in this exercise. So this can always just be a great way to come home. And when we work with crossing the body like this, when we cross midline, when we bring ourselves in like this, it does sort of protect. It's a very protection area. If you feel like you're scattered all over the place, come into this position. Or if you're feeling vulnerable, right? Bring it in. It doesn't have to be in front of other people. You can go into the bathroom, you can go into another room, just enclose for a little while. Coming up, opening your arms out, stretching up and over to one side. Open it up and over to the other side. And open it up, spiral toward the top leg. And then toward the bottom leg. And unscramble when you're ready. Just take it out, shake it out, bang it up and down, rotate in and out. Slide your feet underneath you, take your butt up to the ceiling, open your feet wide and shift from side to side, bending one knee, bending the other, letting your body hang and letting the movement ripple through your spine from your pelvis to your head. Again, creating space inside your spinal cord so that you are not going to have spinal stenosis, right? When things move, there's an opportunity for healing and change, not getting stagnant. And then come in, roll it all the way up. And inhale, open, fill up, expand and get bigger. Reach out, exhale, soften, dropping the arms. Inhale, lift. Let's take the hands as if we're pushing two big empty jugs underwater. So pushing down with sort of an energy pressing down. So you're breathing up, kind of more like a Tai Chi version, filling up and then exhale, sort of a bound flow, condensing, pushing down. Last one like that. Inhale up as if you're pushing two big empty jugs underwater. And then just easy up and down the outside. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Everyone in TV land, like and subscribe. And everybody here, if you want to, stay in the room.